Yo, yo, yo. What's happening? What's happening? How's everyone doing today? How are we feeling today? I mean, it's not feeling too great with this market, I'll be honest with you. Very strange. I mean, obviously, this is what happens every week. In terms of, if we have to go back here to last week Sunday. Let's have a look here. Same thing happened here. We had like a Sunday night pumps. And then the Monday just dumped all the way through. Over here as well, let's have a look. This was Monday / Sunday. It looks like Monday and Sundays are always there. You know, whenever I wake up on a Monday morning, it feels like, you know, the market took a massive hit or pump. So either or. But I mean, guys, right today we are going to be looking for some potential setups. I don't really care what's happening here. Obviously, it is down, not looking too good, but we're going to go over quite a lot of coins today. We're going to go over potential trades that we're going to be taking this week. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So I hope everyone's having a good day, although the market isn't looking too great. First things first, I want to speak about the altcoin market cap quickly, guys. So right now we are getting a bit of a retracement into this key level here, guys. So this one trillion 1.03 trillion level is going to be the key level, okay? What's happening? What's happening, Ahmed? Glad that you're here. What's happening, AJ? What's happening, everyone? So basically, guys, what I'm looking at for today is for the altcoins, we have to bounce from this level here, okay? So this is the altcoin market cap, and basically, guys, if we don't bounce from this level, then we do come lower. But have a look at what's happening right now. We are potentially getting a nice reaction, right? So this reaction over here could be something that we could potentially take some longs for today, right? If we hold this level, okay? So if we do hold this level here for the altcoin market cap, we should be okay. But yeah, it's a massive bit of a Bart Simpson's pattern over here. So basically, something like this, where we see a bit of a sideways chop consolidation, like this. And essentially, we get a massive move to the downside. So that's exactly what's happened over here. You know, potentially we could even come down a little bit lower here. We have the point of control sitting right over here. If we do extend this, it would be a little bit different. So it should be a bit higher. Yeah. So yeah, I honestly think that we're probably going to come and test this one more time, and then we look for longs. I wouldn't really look for longs right now, just because we haven't really tapped this level yet. We haven't really tapped the point of control, or we haven't even tapped this level, okay? So I would expect price to come down a little bit lower first. We get a tap, and then we look for longs, okay? What's happening, Caesar? What's happening? Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I hope it's as beautiful as the market. I mean, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, Cardano has pretty much come back all the way back down here, guys. That's crazy. So we're still in this trade, yeah, but yo, the weekly time frame is still good. This is just a retest, so I'm not going to take this trade out. But Cardano was up around about 85% on our trade. I still think that it's a good setup, because the weekly candle closed above this the weekly / daily trend line, right? So I still think that it's a valid trade. I just feel like we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer, okay? A bit of patience. So if you guys haven't entered this trade, I still think that it's valid. I still think that Cardano is valid. I still think we can potentially get to the 1.9428 level. You know, we could have taken a little bit of profits, but the problem is there was just, I honestly thought that we would just continue here. So is what it is. we'll see what happens. But I still think that Cardano is going to continue going higher. Okay. This is the bounce zone. We have to bounce from here. If we start closing below this level, then it's just not really going to be valid. All right. Ethereum. One thing to look at Ethereum today, guys. One thing to look at Ethereum today. Let's have a look. So basically, with ETH, this is your level. I want to see a reaction in this zone over here. Okay. I do want to see a reaction within this zone, because Ethereum, remember, it got that breakout right over here. So we got that breakout, we got that retest, and now we just want to come back down, potentially resets over here, because we are obviously bullish here, right? We did break this previous high. Can I enter this trade of 88? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. Just going like a 3x leverage. Don't go too big on the leverage, because we are looking at a swing long, right? So with that, let me just quickly go back to that, and then we'll come back to Ethereum. Just want to show you exactly why you'd rather go the lower leverage, because have a look at this, right? So our stop loss is going to be below this low over here, right? So I took profit on 88. Can I enter 88 again? I took profit on 88. Oh, nice. Yes, you can. Yeah. Yes, you can. You can take it again, because I do think that Cardano should bounce from this level here, guys. I do think it's a good level to bounce from. I think the market is just trying to manipulate people. A lot of people get scared, right? When the market looks like this, guys, what do you think people are doing? They're stressing, they're selling. And then, we the people that take advantage of this market, right? I don't really care if the market's dumping like this, right? Although we could have taken some shorts last night, but obviously it was the weekend. I don't really trade that much on the weekend, but the market, we can trade both directions. So when you see the market dump like this, you guys should be getting happy, because we're going to get better prices, right? We're going to get potential better setups, because the market resets to the key levels, right? So Cardano is definitely something to watch out for you guys. I do think we bounce from this level, right? So Cardano looks super juicy, but go like a 3x to 5x leverage. We're going to be targeting like 1.16 and then potentially 1.90 on like the high level take profit target, right? Because if we look at this on the weekly time frame, it just looks super clean, right? I'll take this setup on the 50-minute time frame. I'll take the setup on any time frame. So because we got it on the weekly time frame, it gives me a lot more conviction, and it gives me a lot more upside potential, right? We're looking at 120% move to the upside here, guys. So Cardano looks super good here, guys. If you guys are looking to enter a trade now, this is the one that I'd probably look at only, okay? That's the only one I'd look at, okay? Let me just quickly do something here. Alright, so let's have a look here. Okay, that's what I'm looking at for Cardano. I honestly think it's a good setup. I think it should play out still. Okay, let's have a look at Ethereum. We're gonna go back to Ethereum here, because this is what we're looking at earlier, right? So if we look at the weekly time frame for ETH, let's actually do something here quickly. I just want to remove quite a lot of. Let's just remove all of this so we can have a clean little chart here for Ethereum here. See what's happening, because I do want to quickly look at ETH from the higher time frame perspective quickly, just so we can understand what is actually happening, right? The first thing that we did obviously get, we didn't close above this previous week's high. Please share it in the community. I did share it in the community for Cardano. It was the same entry, right? I think I entered, where did I enter? I entered at 0.8670. I entered at 0.8670, like, this is the signal, yeah. It is in the community, yeah, right. So basically, guys, with this Ethereum trade here, sorry, with Ethereum, not trade, we are still below this previous high over here. So we haven't broken structure. We did break the structure over here. Last week we had a massive weekly retest of this low over here, but there wasn't anything that we could take off the rip, right? So what I mean by that is, although it's looking like quite bullish still, I still think there's a possibility that we come down and retest some levels, right? So if we had to look at Ethereum here on the lower time frame, like the 4 hour, if we put all our levels back in here, let's chuck all the levels back in here. We have a clear plan for the day, right? So the clear plan for the day is going to be potential bounce from the zone over here. I still think that we come down a little bit lower here. The market has just kind of opened up London session. We did break these lows over here. We manipulated the highs. there is a potential for something like this to happen where we do get a potential bounce here, but we come all the way back down, reset those lows, and then we look for a potential long off this level, right? So that is what I'm looking at for Ethereum, guys. I'll be honest with you. This is a trade that I'll be waiting for today. I do think that we could potentially bounce right now, but let's have a look at the lower time frames. So what I want to see here for ETH is, yeah, we can't really take a trade right now. It hasn't really done anything. It still looks kind of bearish in my eyes. Would have to start closing back above like this level here in order for continuation here. So Ethereum, anywhere below this level here, I just don't really want to be looking at anything. I want to see price do something like this, right? So if price were to come up here, we look for longs on the breakout, or we come up here, we get rejected, and then we look for longs a little bit later on, right? So that's something that I'm looking at for today for Ethereum. Nothing really to do right now though, so we just have to be patient. We just have to be patient. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know the plan. But everything will be taken in the community, guys. So if you guys do want to join the community, just DM me. There is a link in the description where you have to join via my link. But yeah, make sure you guys do join. We did make this community relatively, yeah, we started on like the 21st of August last week. No, sorry, yeah, it was last week sometime. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys do join that. If you have time, can you look at ENA? Of course. Let's have a look at ENA. Let's have a look at ENA. It's going to be a relatively short live stream today, guys, because I do have to go have a look at an apartment. I'm trying to move houses, yeah, I have to go look at a place in like the next 25 minutes. So it's going to be a relatively short live today, and I do apologize for that, but I have to go check this place because the month is almost ending and I need to find a place to live. Alright, so if we look at ENA, yeah, the problem with ENA is I was actually looking for sells off this trendline reset, yeah, and then we did actually come up, we did take out these highs. This does look like a reset, I'll be honest with you. I want to just remove everything here. Look on the weekly time frame, see how the weekly candle closed. Let's have a look at the daily time frame as well. Okay, so if we look at the daily, yeah, this is the same type of level we're looking at on the daily, but this just makes a lot more sense. Okay, so if we look at ENA on the daily time frame, we can see that right now there's just nothing really we can do. The only way we can get, you can see right now that this level is getting rejected, right? So this is your daily bearish fair value gap. That price obviously needs to start closing above for ENA to be bullish. Okay, so we need to start closing above this level here on the daily time frame in order for price to continue higher. Okay, but for now we do have this bearish. We do have this level over here that potentially we do get a bounce from today. So what I'd look for here is I would want to see the 4-hour time frame start closing back above this previous high over here. Okay, so essentially what you want to see is you want to see price obviously hold this trend line. Okay, you want to see price obviously hold this trend line, but you also want to see price start closing above this level here, which is that previous high over here and this previous high over here. Okay, so 0.6624, that would be a key level, and I'll be very interested in going long there, back up to the highs. Okay, stop loss just below this low, right over there. Okay, so this is something that I'll probably look at for ENA. It looks super good, I'll be honest with you. It does look super nice. So I'm actually going to put an alert here, because if we do get that, then we will be obviously posting that in the community. So yeah, thanks for that one. It looks good. But it's all about being patient right now, guys. We can't do anything right now. Yeah, so Pepe is... Do you guys remember when Pepe broke out last week, right? So can you see how these tokens kind of just move in these trends over here, right? So you can see how Pepe broke out, boom, then came down, we broke out again, bang. Right now Pepe is reset almost back to this low here. So most tokens are looking the same, guys. I do expect something like this to happen for Pepe. I do expect price to take out these lows once again, and then we look for continuation longs. The problem is right now we can't really do anything because we haven't tapped the lows. Oh yeah, sure. I'll share it in the community again. Let me just do that quickly. Yeah, it's still valid, guys. I'll be honest. If you guys want to enter that trade, it still looks super good. You can just DM me on Telegram because I'm trying to sort out the verification group. So I don't have the verification group. So just DM me on Telegram first, and then I'll add you. It is free to join. You just have to use the link. Alright, so basically with Pepe, guys, what I want to see here, I just want to see price obviously take out this low first, right? I want to see price take out this low. You can see how strong this level is, guys. Super strong level. Super strong level here. I want to see price basically take out this level right over here, and then potentially just close bullish, and then we look for continuation longs. Okay, but for now there's just nothing really we can do because there's no real support over here. There obviously is, but the real support is sitting a little bit lower here, and when we look at a day like this, we normally see price obviously take out the liquidity first, and then we want to push higher, right? There is something that we can look at here, the heat map for Bitcoin. We're going to go through Bitcoin just now, but I want to have a look at the Pepe quickly. So if we have a look at Pepe, basically, guys, what this chart shows us, it shows you where people are buying and selling, where the liquidity is sitting. Okay, so if we look at Pepe, let's have a look over here. We want to go like on the 1 month chart. We might even have to go a little bit lower. Yeah, let's go like the 1 week. There should be liquidity a little bit lower here, just below that low. So let's have a look. You know, there's not much, I'll be honest. Most liquidity, what price is this? 0.97. Yeah, we could potentially just get a bounce over here actually, just because looking at the liquidity, because just looking at the liquidity for Pepe, it doesn't even look like there is much. So we could even get a bounce right now, I'll be honest with you. But I'm not interested in taking this. I want to see price come down a little bit lower. Okay, so that's nothing really to do here for Pepe. It's just super choppy price action. I want to see price take out these lows first, and then we can look for a potential long off that level. Okay. Can you talk about Aerodome? Yeah, sure. Let's have a look at that. Welcome, guys. If you are new to the channel, what is happening here? If you guys are new to the channel, we do live streams every single day. We do have a Telegram group where we do post setups. When did I take this trade? Okay, let's just go on the higher time frame here quickly. Okay, so if we look at the weekly time frame, we're going to start on the weekly, then we'll go down to the lower time frames, and then we'll see if we can potentially get a setup for the day. So right now on the weekly time frame, there is one massive thing that we have to obviously look for here, and the first thing is we have this massive rejection sitting over here. This is a huge level for Aerodome right over here. Okay, we also have this bearish fair value gap sitting over here, so that's obviously something we need to get above here. So the reason why price is not continuing higher on Aerodome is because we still below this key resistance, right? So anywhere within this green zone over here is a reaction zone for the sellers, right? Yeah, if you look at the 4 hour, it will make a lot more sense. Have a look at this. So obviously looking super bullish still. There's nothing really bearish about this, but we do have to keep in mind that this is a sell zone, right? So what I'd want to see here is, obviously, if we want to look for longs, what we need to see is we need to find support at a key level. So this is a key level right over here. So if price were to find support over here, we could potentially look for a setup. Okay, we go down to the lower time frame. We can see that right now it is coming down quite hard, quite aggressive. But in order for longs to be valid, what needs to happen? We need to find potential support and then look for a reaction to the upside, right? So if I look at the lower time frames, Yo, I mean, this thing got absolutely smacked last night. Yeah, the problem is the problem is right now with this token is our break of structure line or our change of character line is a little bit too high. And what I mean by that is we have this level here where we need to start getting back above in order for this to continue higher, right? Because right now we are obviously coming down. I do use the Fibonacci, but the problem is with this, it's quite a big extension. I think the 786 already got tapped as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've really broken that. A lot of people like to trade the 0.88 as well. So let's have a look and see if the 0.88 is around the corner here. The 0.88 does correlate perfectly with this trend line. So I would expect maybe a potential bounce from this level. And then I want to see price get above 1.414 before I even look for the longs. But the problem is right now we just have to be careful, guys. We do have to be careful with longing a lot of tokens. The only coin that I'm really interested in longing is just Cardano for now. Because of the fact that this could easily come down and break this level. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because if we look at Bitcoin, let's have a look at Bitcoin quickly. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So I just want to quickly see where the main levels here are for Bitcoin. 1 second. 1 second, yeah. So we have the point of control sitting over there. Let's put the value area high and the low in. Okay. So hype. I'll go over hype as well. So what I'm looking at here, guys, it looks like Bitcoin, like based on this chart right now, we've lost the point of control on the daily time frame. We've lost the obviously the value area high. The next key level here is 106,000, guys. I don't like that, but if we look at the daily time frame, it looks like we could potentially go there. I don't want to go there, obviously, but we obviously have to hold support right now, right? Like we do have to hold these levels. Let's have a look over here. This is a strong level, I'll be honest with you. Anywhere between here for Bitcoin here, guys. If Bitcoin were to bounce, it has to be here. Because if we do also look at the heat map over here, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. But we'll see where the liquidity is sitting, and then we'll have a look and see if it correlates for what we're looking at. We'll have a look at like the 24-hour. Most of the liquidity is sitting above us, which is interesting. Most liquidity is sitting above us. There's not much below us. Let's have a look at the 12-hour. We got 114,500. 114,500. Where's that? 114,500. It's a little bit higher. So honestly, there is a potential that we do bounce here, guys. There is a potential that we do bounce here. So essentially, what I'm looking at here. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, this gap has to get absolutely. So this is where the liquidity is sitting, right? Like this is a huge, displacement between price, right? So we need the Bitcoin to get above this level here, guys. And it correlates perfectly with liquidity as well. So what I mean by that is, just give me 1 second. I want to see price get above this level here, 114,500. Look how perfect that is, guys. 114,500. It correlates perfectly with the liquidation heat map, which means that there is a potential for us to pump up to that level today, guys. Oh wait, my bad. It is frozen. One second. So what I'm saying here, guys, is basically we have liquidity sitting over here. We have liquidity sitting right over here, 114,500. If we look at the chart, 114,500 is the key level, because we have all the selling pressure sitting over here, massive selling orders sitting over here. Lots of stop losses are sitting around about these levels. People are putting their stops above these highs, even above here. So in order for price to continue higher, you need to see price take out these levels, right? So it correlates perfectly. I do think maybe we see like a potential bounce right now, but in terms of like actually taking a trade here, we can't really just take a trade based on like this liquidity gap over here, because there is potential that we do come down lower as well, because we did break this low, we broke this low as well. You know what I mean? So I would not place a long right now. I'll be honest with you, I would not place a long right now, but I would be interested in seeing if we can break 114,500. Okay, so it'll be super interesting to see that. Interesting. Bitcoin's a little bit. The market's actually terrible today, guys. Jesus. Hype. Yeah, I'll go over hype now. It just looks very bearish. Everything. It just looks very bearish. It does not look good today. I had a beautiful trade on hype, guys. You don't understand. I took this trade. I took this trade like 2 weeks ago. It was absolutely beautiful. We took it over here, broke out perfectly. It missed my TP by like almost. It was like just less than $0.3, but yeah. Hype's looking bullish today. I'll be honest with you guys. Hype is absolutely looking good, yes. Oh, okay. Let's lock in here. So basically, what I'm looking at here is, and you know, I told you guys I was going to go check the apartments there. Let me show you. So we can actually extend the live stream a little bit more. This guy just told me that the apartment, the availability date has changed now. The availability date has changed to the 1st of October. Oh, bro. Okay, so I don't think I'll go take the place today then. So we can go live a little bit longer now. Anyway. Hype's looking super good here. So basically, what you want to look for in terms of market structure, guys, can I quickly show you a bit of an education? So basically, when you see price come down like this, right, what do you want to see in order for price to continue higher? These are the things that you want to ask yourself. Okay, first of all, we did break this downtrend. We did break this downtrend, and we did break above all of these previous highs. So we did break structure, and we are holding this resistance over here. Honestly, hype looks super good today. Hype is on my radar today, actually. Beautiful. I see exactly what you're looking at today. If we look at the 50-minute time frame, we did reset over here. I don't think we can even take this on the 15. What we need to do here is we need to start getting above here. This is beautiful. Have a look at this. So we have this bearish fair value gap sitting right over here. So essentially, guys, these gaps on the market tell us a story, right? If we have to bring this gap to the left, have a look and see how many times we do retest this level multiple times, right? So we have a retest over here. We came down, retested as resistance, came up, retested support. You know, it's just so beautiful. So what I want to see here, this would be the beautiful trade that we definitely going to take today. Okay, so 45.6 is going to be the breakout zone. We wait for the 1 hour candle to close above there, and then we just cook it, and then we look for a long. Very, very simple. Hype's super bullish right now. I want to actually one of my favorite tokens to hold for spot. I'll be honest with you, and stop loss just below there. Beautiful. So this is what I'll wait for you guys. Hype potentially looking for longs here. So remember, guys, I know the market's looking bad, but if you understand one thing, right? The one thing that you have to understand is some tokens just move by themselves. Not everything correlates with everything, right? And I think that's the misconception with crypto, right? Everyone would be like, oh, Bitcoin's bearish today. Bitcoin broke the lows. I'm going to look for shorts on like altcoins. The thing is, doing that can get you wrecked because Bitcoin can go sideways and altcoins could pump or dump, right? And vice versa. So rather just look at charts how they look individually, right? Because, yeah, I used to trade like that back in the day where I'll just trade correlated to Bitcoin. But nowadays, it's not like that, guys. Bitcoin and altcoins do separate things. So hype is looking super bullish today. So why would I look for shorts on hype, although the market is bearish? But hype is bullish, right? So you don't want to correlate assets with one another. Rather just trade the chart how it is. Because if a chart is looking bullish, and the other charts are looking bearish, then it's going to start messing with your brain, right? So just trade a chart how it is. So we've got one chart on the screen right now, so we're just going to look at what we can do on this chart, right? I don't really care what's happening with other charts. Why would we care? Like Ethereum is looking bearish, right? Ethereum looks like it wants to come down lower here, right? It looks like it wants to tap these lower targets. But Hype looks like it wants to potentially break out of here. So I'm going to play the breakout, right? So rather just trade the chart how it looks rather than correlate. Check Bitcoin getting absolutely rinsed. We just spoke about that, right? So Bitcoin has to bounce here, guys. I'll be honest with you. If Bitcoin doesn't bounce here, we can come a lot lower. I'll be honest with you. We can come a lot lower. No worries. Darren, no worries. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Remember, guys, we are looking for trades today, but we do have to just be patient. Okay, we do have to be patient. So the one trade that I'm still in is Cardano. Cardano is also looking bullish, guys. There's nothing bearish about Cardano. This is just a reset. A lot of people get scared when they see a dump like this. I know that we were up quite a lot on the weekend, right? This was last night. Like Cardano was at 0.9497. 0.9497. Even pumped a little bit higher, right? I think it pumped to like 0.97. 0.96. Okay, but it looks super good still. So I'm not really interested in. I don't care if Bitcoin is going down today. I honestly don't care. Bitcoin is one of my least favorite coins as well. So I don't really want to trade Bitcoin either. But it's good to look at. So, but rather just trade coins that make sense and coins that have setups, right? I think that's the main thing. This token as well, XMR, I'm looking at a long as well for this token. Basically, I just want to see price get above 288.7. I want to see price get above that level. I want to see price get above 288.54. If we get above that level, then we look for continuation longs, okay? So if price were to break above this level over here, then I would be looking for longs. This looks super bullish as well. There's nothing bearish about this chart. We took out the lows. We created, this is called a deviation, where we take out price of these lows and we close bullish back above, right? So you can see over here, we closed back bullish. We broke structure over here. We came down, retested this level as support. And then now we are looking to push higher, right? So XMR is looking good for longs there, right? I'm not really interested in taking shorts in this token. So like I said, trade a chart how it looks rather than correlating it with other charts. Okay, does that make sense? BNB also looks bullish, guys. BNB also looks bullish there. If we look at the 1 hour chart over here, we are obviously holding support over here. But there's just nothing really we can do here. Yeah, there's just nothing really you can do. I'll only really look for longs for BNB if we start closing back above like 866. Okay, so what I want to see here for BNB, look at the 1 hour time frame. If we can start getting back above this level right over here, right? So 866.47, we get back above there, then cool, we can play the long. Okay, but until then, we're probably just gonna go sideways. And then we wait for the breakout. So a lot of charts are preparing themselves for something. They are preparing themselves for something, but we can't take it yet. Okay. So just be patient, guys. You don't want to jump into trades just because you want to trade, right? The whole point of trading is to take the most high quality setups. You don't want to be taking 1 million trades a day and then you actually end up losing the day, right? Because the problem is with that is you're also paying a lot of fees when you're trading, right? So you'd rather want less trades and more the win rate's higher, right? So does that make sense? I wouldn't want to look at a whole bunch of setups and just play like a whole bunch of setups and then you end up losing more than 60% of the setups, right? So I'd rather just play the quality setups rather than the quantity. Okay. But honestly, it's like everything's just reset, like ETC as well. Reset all the way back down here. This is crazy. So let's have a look at ETC because this is what I was looking at on the weekend. So have you look at ETC. if you bring the fib from this low over here to this high, okay, from this low over here to this high, there is a potential we come down lower still. We did break the 0.6. We do have the 0.786 over here. There is this support sitting here as well of this previous high with the Fibonacci correlation as well. So there is a potential that something like this could happen, right? Where we could potentially play the long in this green little box over here. So I'd be super interested in this. Okay. I wouldn't really place a long right now because we did obviously break structure and stuff like that. So I would obviously look for price to continue a little bit lower here. Look to play the long once we get a retest of this previous high. Because if you do look to the left hand side over here, guys, we did break multiple liquidity zones, right? We broke this high, we broke this high, we broke this high. We are obviously forming lower highs right now, but there is a potential for us to get a bounce off this level. Okay, so I'll be playing this long today. I'm going to put an alert here just for a little bit lower here so we don't miss it. Okay. Well, it'll be super interesting what we get today, guys. It'll be super interesting to what we get today. Hopefully we do get something. Looking a little bit boring. This was the Altcoin trade from last week. Was beautiful. But look how price literally just retraced that whole move, bro. Like Altcoin pumped all the way back up here, and then what happened is we dumped all the way back down to support. A lot of tokens are looking like that, guys. But we're going to play the tokens that are looking relatively better. Okay, so you have a look at Ethereum. It's just not looking good yet. It looks like we are going to come down here, guys. Have a look at this. So this is the plan. This is the game plan. So what I want to see is I want to see price take out these lows. I want to see price come down a little bit lower here, 4,531 to 4,444. We come down a little bit lower here. We potentially take out these lows, and then we get a push higher. Okay. And then we get a push higher. Your pump. Yo, getting absolutely smacked here, guys. Insane. Look, have a look at Solana as well. So Solana is also coming down here. So Solana, the problem with Solana is we didn't break this previous high. So this is not good, right? So obviously we did get a nice little breakout last week. We got a huge little pump from that, from the rate cuts meeting. And then we did get rejected at that 209 level, right? Which is that previous high. So this is obviously showing us that prices still wants to trade below these key levels. Okay, I do think that we can potentially come back down to this level here. This is your previous high, guys. This is what you should be looking at. Potential bounce from this zone here, around about 195 to 197. Okay, 195 to 197 for Solana is definitely going to be a potential bounce zone for the day. So rather just wait, guys. Honestly, just wait. Be patient. Rather wait for the market to come to you. We get a reaction, we take out liquidity, and then we get a push higher. Okay, rather just do that than jumping into a trade and holding it for a long period of time and just having less conviction in the trade, right? So that is Solana. Did we put an alert there for Solana? We did not. I'm gonna put an alert here just in case. But honestly, guys, I think we're gonna dump a little bit here before we pump. Okay. I do think that we can potentially pump. Can we short SWE to 3.43? Let's have a look at that. That'll be interesting. I'm not really interested in the shorts now because most tokens are at support, but potentially we could look at something. This was my whole plan from last week. Do you guys remember the live stream from last week? Let me have a look here. I'll see if I can find it. I think I spoke about this. Was it here? Let me have a look quickly. I don't know if it was this one. I'm not too sure if it was this one. Oh yeah, oh no, it was Epic. I want to go back and see if Epic actually played out. But yeah, anyway, Sui, I was actually looking to short Sui here, guys. It's a pity that we didn't get that. I do think that you can, yeah, honestly. I'm looking for a long for Sui at like 3.1. This is my bar zone here. 3.177. This is where I'd be looking to take a long. I was looking to short Sui at this level because we did break the trend over here. We came back, we broke structure, we retested this previous high over here. I think Sui could potentially dump all the way back down to 3.177, which would be great. I would love that, right? I mean, that would be a reset of that previous level over here. This would be support from this previous low over here since May. So I do think that we should bounce from that zone. But yeah, I do think that you could potentially short to that level. I'm not personally going to take it because the entry was over here, but you could even look to short to here, right? 3.39, around about that zone. But yeah, I'm not really interested in taking shorts right now. I just want to quickly check that Epic trade. I don't know if that actually played out. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the whole idea with this Epic trade was we were looking to play the short and then play the long over here, right? So what I was waiting for price to close below here. So you can see how price never closed below this level over here. And then what happened is we closed below, we retested the zone, and then we got the short. Interesting. It did actually play out eventually. I would want to see price come down a little bit lower before taking those longs. Okay. So what I want to see here is I want to see price dip into the zone over here, create like a bit of a 1-2 structure in terms of a double bottom or a higher low structure, and then we play the long. But honestly, guys, not really interested in taking longs right now. I think the market wants to come down a little bit more before I take some longs. Sorry, the link for the Telegram didn't appear here. Yeah, so just DM me at dman. So I'm basically trying to create like a Telegram bot where I can just put people in the verification group and then they just go there, right? Instead of DMing me and stuff like that. So I'm still waiting to sort that out. I've just got the developer doing it now, so it should be within this week. It takes a while, I'll be honest. I'll reply to you guys after the live stream, okay? I'll reply to you guys after the live stream. I will reply to you guys after the live stream. But yeah, fuck, it's crazy market, this, guys. It is a crazy market right now. It is absolutely mental. I mean, have a look at this. Let's have a look over here. Ethereum just, Yeah, what you want to see here for ETH, so it broke this structure, broke this low on the 1 minute. We are holding this low over here. Remember, the whole thing with Ethereum today is I only want to really look for longs if we can take out these lows. Okay, so I only really want to take out look for longs if we take out these lows. We'll see. It's a little bit of a dry day though. Jeez. A little bit of a dry day. I can't really see anything, I'll be honest. The only thing that I'm actually interested in are the hype trade. So the hype trade we will probably take a little bit later. The XMR trade as well. That looks super good. Obviously we in Cardano. This is a weekly time frame trade. So we in that one. Yo, WIF, is that a bottom wick? When was that? Oh no. It was just my drawing. I was like, what? I was like, when did it dump so hard? Okay, so WAF looks interesting here. Let's have a look at this. So WAF is literally at the last level of defense here, guys. I'll be honest with you. So can you have a look and see with WAF, we have so much support sitting at this level. So much support sitting over here as well. We do need to bounce from this level. If we don't bounce from this level, then it's going to be super, super interesting. But, oh, this was at bottom weight. Jeez Louise. Yeah, what I would want to see here, let's have a look at the 5 minutes. Right, so I want to see something like this, right, where we can obviously hold this level of support right over here. If we can hold this level of support and we can start getting back above like 0.855, that would be interesting. Then I would consider looking for potential longs. But the whole problem right now is, guys, is are we going to see this bounce? Is the bounce happening right now, or do we have to wait until New York session a little bit later, right? Because the problem is with trading now. So London session opened up. Let's have a look here. I'll show you guys. So the London session opened up here, right, this morning at 9:30 a.m. So what needs to happen is, so we obviously see this is the low of Asia session, right? So for WF, this is the low of Asia session. So we need to see price start getting back above these ranges, right? So essentially, if we want to see price take out like this low over here, take out London high from this morning, potentially get above 0.856, and then we look for longs, right? So essentially, I want to see price take out like previous London high, and then also Tokyo low, and then look for longs if we can get above this level here. London's closed, mate. What do you mean? No, so London session opened at 9:30 a.m. this morning. So I want to see price take out this previous high over here. I want to see price get above 0.856, which is also this previous high is basically Tokyo's Asian session's low as well. So, oh, is it a bank holiday there? Oh, it is a bank. Oh, my brother's in London as well. He's also on leave. You're right. You are right. My brother is also. He did tell me about that. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's so there's not gonna be much. I think we just have to wait until New York session today. I think we just have to wait until New York session opens up today, guys. It's gonna be because the thing is, what's gonna happen now? I think what's gonna happen is price is probably just gonna go sideways. And then potentially when New York session opens, we're gonna take out maybe previous London lows, and then we can only really look for longs. But I guess London is closed, but in terms of like the time. But yeah. Can you look at Sonic? Yeah, sure. I wanna dance with you night. I wanna rock your body. Alright, let's have a look at here. So Sonic right now, I think we can come down a little bit lower. It hasn't really reset this previous low over here. I do want to see if we can even come down to this level here. Okay, so if we look at the chart over here, I want to see price potentially come down and retest this red line over here. Lots of support / resistance at that zone. Yeah, I'm not convinced that we bounce from here, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm not convinced that we bounce from here. I do think that we come down for Sonic a little bit lower, and then we can look for the bounce of this level. I do think that it's going to happen. A lot of people are going to miss this bounce, because you know what happens on these days like this. So when the market is absolutely getting rinsed, a lot of people would be way too scared to jump in, right? But the problem is most charts. I mean, so not the problem, but the nice thing is most charts did actually break structure, right? To the upside. Like if we look at hype, for example, right? This is still bullish structure in terms of potentially looking for longs here. So why would we look for short for hype when we broke previous highs and we did actually retest this previous low over here, right? So I want to like the whole thing with trading is, especially with crypto, I think a lot of people just get so sucked in with, all of this redness on like a Monday like this, and then they'll just be too scared to jump into anything, right? But every chart is different, so just play what you see on the chart rather than what you see overall in the market. Okay, so with Sonic, essentially I want to see price take out these lows again, and then we look for continuation to the upside. So like I said, I do think that we come down a little bit more, but it's all about just waiting and being patient. Okay, so rather just wait for price to continue a little bit lower, and then we look for those longs. Okay. Interesting. Because the thing is, even on the weekend, right, we were up like last night, right, we were up like 85% on this trade. We could have even taken profit, I'll be honest with you, but like this is a weekly time frame trade, right? So the Cardano trade, we do want to hold for a couple of weeks, because the upside potential is around about 120% on a 3x leverage, and then like over 300 something percent on a 10x leverage. Okay, so I still think that this is going to play out on the weekly time frame, guys. So yeah, that's interesting. So let's have a look at the news this week. Not much happening. This week's like basically only GDP and PCE. Yeah. You caught Sonic at 0.30. Okay. Yeah. I think it's a good entry, bro. I honestly think it's a really good entry. I do think that we come down here, though. So you obviously got in last week over like here, right? You probably got in right over here. I think we're going to come down and reset this level here, and then we can potentially look for longs off that zone. But right now, I just don't really see it. But yeah, I do have to head off. I will be posting some more updates in the Telegram group. Make sure you guys do DM me if you want to join this group. But yeah, I'll check you guys. I'll check you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you guys within the group. If you have any questions, just DM me there, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out.